My friends, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. You can always tell the value of an idea by how many people join you to make sure that it's accomplished. Last year, November of 2011, Bob Galloway, who couldn't make it here, and I were working, we had a patient that passed away. And in the process of getting this gentleman ready to go down to the morgue, I always talk to the veteran. I always let him know what we're doing. It's my way of dealing with it. The family was there, the friends were there. They were very impressed as what we were doing. Just as I was getting ready to close the bag, I let him know, you've done a great job. Go forth, stand next to the people and be honored being with them, because you have done a great service as being an American veteran. I will now stand watch. I will now stand the wall until I am relieved. The container that we had was plain white, yellowish, and in the past, I didn't feel comfortable taking the deceased veteran down the hallway because there were people that would just see it and kind of like shun away, go away. So this night, I asked Bob Galloway, I said, Bob, do you think we should put an American flag on here? And it's not what he said, but it's how he said it. And he said, absolutely. It rung inside me. I had a small flag. We put it on the cadaver cover, the morgue stretcher, and we brought the patient, the veteran, down to the morgue. With us was the family and friends. On the way to the elevator, there was another elderly gentleman. I don't know who was holding who up because he was with his wife. The gentleman must have weighed about 96 pounds at the most. He took that cane, put it to his left hand, kind of took a wide stance, and he gave the best salute he could with that arthritic hand. He stood up straight. His wife reached over and she touched the flag and she said, thank you. Wow, should have been there. I thought Bob was going to start crying. I know, tears were getting ready to flow on my part. The elevator doors open. I said, sir, ma'am, your ride is here. This is your elevator. He said, no, this is yours. You go. You have priority. I said, thank you. There were 3 people in the elevator. They got out. They helped Bob and I bring our deceased veteran into the elevator, making sure that it didn't bang on the doorway. We get down. We press basement. I said, thank you very much. Press B to go down. The elevator stopped on the 1st floor. Doors opened up. We took up all the space in the small elevator. When the doors opened up, there were 5 Army soldiers there in fatigues. And I said, sorry, boys, the elevator's full. We're taking a comrade down to the morgue. At that moment, as Staff Sergeant said, detail, 10 hut, they snapped to attention. And he said, salute. And they saluted slowly. As the doors were closing, the salute came down slowly when he gave the command. We get down finally to the basement. We're out in the hallway. Anybody been to this basement over here by the ATM know that it's crowded. It's always going. Equipment's out there. Things are happening. We get out there, and I asked one of the gentlemen, would you please move the equipment over to the side? I need to bring a veteran, a deceased veteran, to the morgue. Within about 10 seconds, that hallway was cleared. No cleaning equipment, the wheelchairs, everything. Not only that, but those gentlemen, escort and housekeeping, stood at attention on one side of the wall and rendered a salute as we went by. The effects of that flag on that morgue stretcher was incredible. That night I had to work a double. I came home and I woke up Gail at 1 o'clock in the morning. You don't wake up Gail at 1 o'clock in the morning. And I told her, I said, baby, I've got to tell you, because it touched me. Bob was crying, pretty much. He'll deny it, but I say he was crying. And I told her, and she says, you need to do something. I said, I'm looking to make this permanent, just a permanent print to be used over and over again for every veteran at every VA hospital. And she said, that's a project you need to work on. Make it happen. Because, and this is just before she went to sleep, and it really, really touched me. She said, let their last ride be an honorable one. So, on my time off, on my days off, I went looking, I called, I went to certain places. I found a print shop called Apollo Printing. They put it together. They knew exactly what I wanted. Pamela Shaw said, it needs to be this material, this way, and everything. They had the equipment. It was coming together. Next thing I know, people were saying, what a great idea. What can I do to help? Well, what can you help? What can you do? I presented it to the American Legion. Then they assigned me as lead coordinator, or project coordinator. And I said, well, we need to get a poker run to generate money, because each one is going to cost almost $700, each shroud. Right there, they started donating. Gentlemen with 50-50, who won 50-50, donated the money. Great. I come to work the next day. I'm having people just giving me money. I wish this was happening all the time. Yeah. My first contributor was Kathy Ewers, anesthesiologist. She said, here you go, great idea, run with it. And Dr. Coppell, Dr. Darren Coppell, is no longer here. He's at the Miami VA. He said, if you're short of money, let me know. I said, well, how much are you willing to pay? He says, I'll pay for the whole thing. Well, hold off on that. I'll use you. Let me get contributors in. So people started contributing money. I had so much money that I had two made. We have one here. It's incredible. I mean, I didn't have to put any effort forth. I saw it was a great idea. People were coming to me, emailing me, calling me. And I said, I have to see this thing through. In comes Jennifer Askey, our public affairs officer. And she guided me through this. Gail Bonham, she guided me on the other side, kept me on a straight and narrow, knowing that the VA has certain requirements that need to be met, certain legalities that cannot be infringed upon. So I said, okay, well, let's go. That was November. That was 8 months ago. I didn't think today was going to happen. But it did, because we persevered. Not just me. It was everybody. Everybody was emailing me, calling me, seeing me in the hallway. How's the project? How's the project? And that's what kept me going. So you have your brochures that were made. The contributors, the people that advised, thank you very much. If your name is not on there, I apologize. But I do appreciate all of the effort that everybody has put forth in making sure that this day happens. I was notified by the lady from the Blue Star Mothers saying that they can bump this up probably to CNN, which is great, because I don't want to do it just Vision 6-wide, but I want to do it nationwide. I feel that every VA hospital should do this for their veterans on their final day. So, without further ado, I'd like to invite our commander for the American Legion Riders, Chuck, and Bob is not here, but I do have a backup, Gail Bonham. Please come up to unveil our honor shroud. The name cadaver cover was changed by Dr. Capel. He didn't like the cadaver cover. And he said, how about the shroud? And I said, how about the honor shroud? It took. So, ladies and gentlemen, your honor shroud. Thank you.